Hi.
Welcome back
To episode 3
of
We Have Yarn for That.
I'm Kaitlyn.
I'm Rachel.
And
we are coming to you today again from my den. It's a fun place to hang out.
Rachel's couch. So comfy.
So, yeah, it's been about 2 weeks since our last episode.
Mm-hmm.
Kate has become significantly more technically savvy since the last time we filmed, which is a good thing, because I have no idea what we're doing.
You're welcome. I'm just kidding. My husband actually figured it out.
Did he?
We were trying to figure out different editing techniques, ways to put our little intro at the beginning, which worked out last time, and our little ending slide at the end. And I was going through a bunch of different programs, I guess, or apps or whatever that would say they were free, and I would start getting to work and they're like, oh, but we can only do a video of 10 minutes, or we could only do an hour, or yeah, you did it all, now you have to pay for it. And so I think eventually I ended up just purchasing a program. Can't remember what it's called.
It's called Wondershare, because I keep seeing the emails.
Okay.
Is that what I mean?
It might be Wondershare.
Wondershare, yep.
Okay. Something that we downloaded to his fancy computer at home.
Oh, well then.
I can't download anything to the MacBook we use because it's my work computer.
Yeah, that would do it.
Yeah. I can't put in a ticket for podcasting.
Unfortunately.
I think they'd laugh at me. Our tech department is so small now. Everybody's gotten new jobs and moved on. I think we're down to 1 or 2 guys. So it's
for the whole district?
Yeah. Well, it's a small district,
yeah,
but still, it's not ideal.
Whew.
Funny story.
Uh-oh.
I have an old school projector that hangs on the ceiling, and I hook up my computer to it. And it just you turn it on, you plug it in, it works.
Mm-hmm.
Until one day, I look at the screen and everything's upside down. My computer is right side up on my monitor. But the projector is upside down.
Did one of the kids hit a button?
No, I did.
Oh.
So what happened on the remote has many buttons. And of those buttons, I just know, the settings button, the on-off button, the volume.
Yep.
Apparently, if you hold one of the buttons for 5 seconds, you can flip the screen upside down.
Why would you want to do that?
I don't know. I don't know, but it's not a button that you would just push. It's something that held down. So what must have happened is I put the remote down and then something on top of it, and I must have wrote or put a book on that or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I tried to teach the day halfway. And then finally one kid's we could probably Google this. I was you're right. I'll give you some candy if you figure it out. And he did.
They will figure it out for candy.
They will. They would figure it out anyway, just to
figure it out.
Yeah. So we got the screen back in working order.
Yeah.
But I was okay, guess we'll just play review games, because what can we do? Not much. But it was funny.
Oh, technology.
I know. Anyway, what are you wearing?
I am wearing the very V-neck Raglan from Jessi May, and I modified it because the V goes real deep in the original. I wanted to make sure I could still wear it to school.
Yep.
So I cut it a little short. And it's in Explorer Knits yarn in Chameleon, which is one of her colors from her Into the Wild collection of last year.
Okay.
Must have been last year, because I have some sitting in my cabinet. My sister also wants a sweater in this color. So, yeah, I wear this one quite a bit. I love these colors.
It's got so many colors in there. There's
it's so good.
Aqua and orange
and coral and pink. When she posts inspiration photos for collections, I don't know if you don't have any of her yarn, do you?
No.
Her inspiration photos are on point.
Yeah.
They are on point. They are just, she really does a great job with colors.
I'll add it to my bucket list.
Her yarn can be hard to get, but I haven't loved her last couple of collections. Her Ireland collection was nice, but the colors weren't really my colors.
I do know who she is, because I wanted all of that.
See, not my colors.
I wanted a good Irish green.
She had a couple, and then she had the ice cream collection this summer, which also wasn't quite my jam.
Okay.
But yeah, she does some lovely colors. I just saw it in her greatest hits for this year. Or the favorites that she'll do in January. Okay. There's a color that she's having again that I'm seen it a couple of times now. Do I want to just get it? It's called Juniper Berry. I'm going to pull it up so I can show you. So it's exploring its latest post. It's just, oh my god. It's so pretty. And it's not quite my normal colors.
Oh, that is pretty.
It's really, really
What would you
nice.
make?
I don't know.
Cow?
No, probably like some sort of pullover.
Okay.
Raglan.
You're going big. Committing.
Simple.
Full commitment.
When I'm by exploring its yarn, it becomes big things. Except for this. Where's my... This is the only thing I bought that didn't become a big thing.
Mm-hmm. I almost brought my Kobo cat. It was in my bag and I took it out.
I might leave it on because my hair is wet and I'm a little cold.
Now I wish I didn't take it out of the bag because we could have had matching hats.
I can take it off and we can do matching hats for our next episode.
No, it's fine. It's fine. We could do it. Whatever. Anyway.
We can still make matching hats.
Moving on.
So anyway, that's what I'm wearing. And what are you wearing? Other than I touched this sweater and I went, oh my god, I need this yarn. So I'm probably going to be making one of this yarn because it is amazing.
So this is the Snowy Forest sweater by Midori Hirose. It was from a Lane magazine, winter.
Oh, okay.
It might have been winter last year.
It's so pretty.
And I guess I modified it, or I didn't read the pattern correctly, but I was supposed to do a provisional cast on here, and I don't think I knew what that was at the time, and I was like, I'm just gonna get started, because I didn't swatch or anything, and so this was supposed to eventually get rolled in, for more of like a boat neck.
I like it the way it is, though.
I do too, because I know I could still fold it in and just sew it down, but I don't want to. But it has cabling.
It's so nice.
And you can see it's kind of got like a marled effect. The way that the yarn is made, it's like the fuzziness is like blown in.
Oh? What?
So if you look, it's like meshy.
Oh.
And it's white,
it's
and
almost
the blue is like...
It's almost like chainette yarn.
Okay.
Like chain plied.
Okay. It's not worsted.
No, it looks like chain plied yarn.
And this yarn, I had to take a screenshot because I was having a hard time pronouncing it. Illimani, Amelie. And it's mulberry silk, baby alpaca, and merino. 56% mulberry silk, 40% baby alpaca, 4% merino. So it's not even merino heavy.
Oh my god, what's the yardage? I need to make something in this yarn. It's like...
I want to say I bought 6 or 7. I still have a whole skein in my D stash. So if you wanted to make it the same color, I could give you...
God, it's so nice.
Because the color, it's navy blue, but it's called ZW67.
Oh. It's so... I get like the softness is just like unreal. It is chain plied yarn. I have a hat in Woolfolk, which is chain plied yarn, and it's like a cloud on my head.
And it's big and it's cozy and it's warm.
I need
The only thing is like, so I made it kind of like bracelet sleeves so that it wasn't too long. And in hindsight, because it's so like snuggly, I kind of wish I had longer sleeves, but I can stretch them down just fine.
Oh my, it's so, oh my god, it's beautiful and I'm obsessed with that yarn.
Thank you.
So
that's what I'm wearing today. I don't think I have, I don't have any jewelry on.
No.
I just have these. Ralphie got me these. My husband got me these to match my engagement ring.
Oh.
For like my birthday one year.
That's nice.
So, yeah, he's sweet. We did our Christmas pictures today, so I pulled out the nice jewelry.
How'd they go?
They went good. We did Christmas jammies.
I can't wait. We also did Christmas jammies.
We love our family photographer, Amanda Comperone. She's Amanda Lee's Captured Moments on Facebook and on Instagram. So she's local in Rhode Island, and we found her, or I found her, I want to say I found her through someone else who had just had a baby and did a newborn shoot. And she goes to your house, and it's amazing. So she brings all her setups, and she brings her plastic totes of props and backdrops and all this stuff to your house, and it's amazing.
That is amazing.
And so she's been our family photographer ever since Brielle was like 2 weeks old. So she's watched her grow, and now that she's almost 3, she's getting a kick out of like how active she is and how tall she's gotten. And so this was the first year Brielle was like happy to be there. Like she knew what was going on. She would say cheese and smile for the most part, and she was into the props, and playing with the trains and looking through the Christmas books.
With the choo-choo.
And there's a little rocking horse, and I was like, "Ooh, I hope she gets on it." And she did. She got right on there, and she was like, "Woo!" I don't know. I hope there's a cute picture because she was like going to town, rocking on the rocking horse.
That's amazing.
But she started doing this funny thing, and I know that she's definitely watching me and like her auntie, and because like the photographer would take a picture and Brie will go, "I see it now. Like I see," and so she'd have to go see, and she'd go, "I'm cute." I'm cute. And like just like matter of fact, like, yeah, that's a good picture of me. You did great. I'm cute. Carry on. Next. And then she'd go and get back in front of it. And then towards the end, she's like, "Oh, I do. She wanted to learn how to use like this crazy, fancy, expensive camera. And I was like, "Oh, Breezy, don't touch it. Don't touch it. Don't touch it." But the photographer's wonderful. She's a mom and like,
she gets it. She's
a sweetie. And she had this like big pack of Chips Ahoy on the side. And she'd be like, "Okay, Brielle, you did a great job. If it's okay with Mom and Dad, you could have a cookie now." I was like, "Oh. Ooh." So she was so excited. She thought if she ate it fast enough, she could have more cookies. Because we were like, "Okay, we're gonna go once you're like done eating." And I think she thought in her mind like when she decided she was done eating. But yeah.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
I cute.
We've used the same photographer for the most part since Owen was 6 months old. Mm-hmm. But we didn't see her this time because she was doing like outdoor photos, which we did last year. Mm-hmm. But I really wanted the jammy photos, so we saw somebody who we've seen once before when our primary photographer had a family issue come up, so we couldn't see her. Mm-hmm. And she does a nice job. So I'm very excited to see these, but my sister's like, "You are so gross," in like the matching Christmas pajama photos. Like, who even are you? And I'm like, just wait till you have kids. It'll be different. Just wait.
We had the matching. So last year we did 2 sets. We did.
Oh my god, you did 2 sets of Christmas photos
at the same time, but we did the formal set, and then we changed into our jammies. And I liked the ones with the pajamas so much better. Like we looked so much more relaxed, and like. My husband didn't have to Google how to tie his tie the night before, like all those things. Like, so there was much less ironing. Yep. And Brielle's not great with dress clothes. Like if it's stiff fabric or she likes casual wear. Yeah. And so she loves a cotton dress and things like that. But I had gotten her
a really cute,
like tulle fancy dress, and she just kind of looked like it's itchy if I put my arms down. Like, I don't know. Yeah, she didn't look as comfortable. And I looked quite glamorous, let me just say. But nobody else looked comfortable. And today, in our pajamas, we were. And like Ralph just wore, I got him new white t-shirts. So he wore a white t-shirt and pajama pants, which is very true to his style. We wore
all the same pajamas.
And Breezy and I had the same exact jammies. Ralph's pajama pants were the same pattern as us. But we did the cotton, like, fitted ones. And last year he had the thermals, and he was a little bit uncomfortable because they were tight all over. And so
ours were a little too big because I was afraid about them being too snug.
Yeah.
So we had to, like, knot them and tie them up. Mm-hmm. But I'm excited because they're Mickey Christmas jammies.
Oh, that's cute.
And I like Disney, and so does Dylan.
Yeah.
Don't mind my cat eating food in the background. Yeah, what are we doing? I don't think we're going to do Valentine's photos this year. I might change my mind. And then we're definitely going to do Owen's 3rd birthday photos again. Yeah. Which I think I told you we're doing Bob's Burger scene this year. So excited.
That's awesome.
Mustache and apron and a joke burger.
I'm funny. I haven't watched too much of that show, but the episodes I have seen are funny.
I love Bob's Burgers. It's just funny. So...
We had started watching The Office again after you mentioned Owen's office pictures.
Oh my god.
Tell us about your office experience.
Oh, okay. So, my sister lives in Silver Spring, Maryland, which is right outside DC. Mm-hmm. And like roughly every other year we go down to see her for Thanksgiving. So we get home this morning at 3:30.
Oh my god.
And then we had our emergency issue. So it's been a morning. But so while we were down there, so we left Tuesday night. We got there Wednesday at 4:30 in the morning, which is fine. We hit 0 traffic, so I will take it. We got there in 6 hours. And so we hung out Wednesday, and then we went to do the office experience. So I love The Office, if you have been friends with me on Instagram for a while, then you will know that Owen's second birthday photos were him dressed up as Dwight, and they bring me so much joy. And, I mean, let's be real, the photos are for me, so I can always look back and be like, my kid was real cute.
He was real cute.
He was real cute.
I cute.
One day he will be saying that. But, so there's this thing in the DC right now called the Office Experience, and it's there until February, I think, maybe January. And it's like $40 a person, which whatever. But they have props from the show, and they have photo ops from the show, and they have like a whole setup where it's like the office, and you can go sit at everybody's desks and open the drawers, and some of them have like phone messages, and like, you know, Pam's desk had like post-its everywhere, like I heart Jim, and like, you know, iron Michael's jeans, or no, bring Michael's jeans to the dry cleaner, and like stuff about pranks on Dwight, and like, you know, Jim's desk had like the photo of Asian Jim and family on it, which made me
I saw that.
It was great.
Kevin's chili spill.
Oh my god, Kevin's chili spill. Owen was starting to not have it by the end. We didn't bring the stroller because Dylan's like, we don't need the stroller.
Yeah.
We needed the stroller.
That's how it goes.
And so Owen was miserable, and I'm like, you know what? This is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So I took him over. They have a whole thing with like Kevin's spilled chili, and it's like you stand behind the pot, and then it like cascades out, and Owen's crying, and it just makes the picture better. It just does.
It's like, oh no!
And then like the end, you get to go through the warehouse, and you can play Dunderball.
That's cool.
And then they had Shroot Farms at the very end, and just like props from the show and photo opportunities and like tidbits and facts and behind the scenes things. It was so fun.
That's awesome.
And then on Black Friday, their entire shop was 30% off. So between me and Lauren ordering things, we hit the free shipping, so we're like, whatever, we're not going to drive back to DC to go get it.
Yeah.
But I'm very excited. We got matching sweatshirts, and I got a Princess Unicorn t-shirt, and it says, my horn can pierce the sky. I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
That is cute.
So that was the Office Experience. If you live in the area, or if it comes back up here to Boston, which I hope it does, I feel like it might go to Boston eventually, I will go back. It was very, very fun.
And wear your unicorn shirt.
Wear my unicorn shirt. But, like, I love The Office. I caught on to it late. I think it ended when I graduated college. I didn't watch it until
I didn't either.
2017, maybe, when I had my foot surgery. And my sister's like, you need to watch it. So I watched it, and I was like, what have I been missing out on all this time?
Yes. Ralph got me into The Office. And I also had never watched Friends all the way through. Like, I had seen Friends.
I have seen Friends all the way through once, and I like Friends.
Mm-hmm.
I like The Office more.
I do too. It's funnier.
And it holds up better over time.
Yeah. So I think The Office was the first, like, our first show of our courtship.
Oh.
Like, when I had this little, like, basement apartment, and he would, like, come over after work, and we would, like, make dinner and like,
watch The Office.
hang out and watch The Office. I think it was like my third year teaching, something like that. But yeah, I had this cute little cozy apartment, and he loved it there. He talks about it sometimes. He said my
Where was
apartment. It was off Sandy Lane.
Oh, okay.
Over in the library.
Yeah.
I was in somebody's in-law in their basement, and it was like I knew the kid who was moving out.
So they got you in.
And when he was moving out, because, like, he loved his landlord so much, he was kind of, like, I think he posted something, like, on whatever social media at the time, and was like, oh, is anybody looking? And so I was interested, and my parents live a few streets down.
Right, so
like,
it was like, oh, my tissues are, like, on the other side of you, because, again, my nose is dumb. Thank you.
Yeah, for your dumb nose. So, like, we all went together and checked it out, and so, yeah, that was my first little place. I didn't move too far, but it was mine, and I loved it.
Our first apartment was in the Hood, in Arctic, in West Warwick.
Okay.
I never lived on my own. I moved from my parents' house in with Dylan.
Gotcha.
And then we moved to EP.
Mm-hmm.
And then we moved here. So we're, you know,
yeah,
little steps.
I went from my little basement apartment to a condo on the second floor. So I got some sunlight. It was wonderful. And then Ralph and I got married, and we bought our house like a year later.
There you go.
So he moved in the condo with me. But yeah, the Hood.
Yeah, well, we were in the Hood. We were in the Hood in West Warwick. It was fine.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Ralph Ralph's gym's over there. He rents like a space at like a tiny little powerlifting gym that he trains out of.
We lived behind Boneheads.
Okay, so this gym is like right around the corner on that main road next to, is it a Portuguese bakery?
Yeah. Yep.
Right there.
Yep. Oh, okay.
Whenever, like, if I ever go there with him, you can smell like the bread baking.
It's a good bakery.
Makes you hungry, but it's like, now's not the time. Lift my weights. But yeah. So what are you knitting?
I have no self-control, and also it's been cold, so I've realized that
damp.
A lot of the sweaters I've made in the last year are short sleeve, so I need more long sleeve sweaters.
Yeah.
And so I'm still plugging away on my shop sample, but I'm like, I also need another long sleeve sweater for myself.
Right.
So I've had this yarn in my cabinet for a while, and I wasn't really sure what to do with it, and I was like looking at project tags of what other people had made with this yarn, and this one came up, and I went, that I gotta make that. So this is the camp pullover from Amy Christoffers, who is the same person as the pressed flowers cardigan, as the Felix pullover and cardigan.
She made the Felix?
Yes.
I didn't realize
So it
that.
has this super fun raglan detail, because I like raglans. I feel like they fit me the best. And so this yarn is, it's called, there we go. It's called Ella Ray Eco Tweed. So it's kind of like Tweedy from Hedgehog, but it's 75% merino, 25% polyamide.
Okay.
And it's like half the price.
I like that the neps
are not,
they're not as big, and they don't like stick out as much.
So
it makes like a smoother fabric.
There we go. It's still a little hard to see, but yeah, there's like little recycled rainbow bits in here of like, previously used yarn, and it's nice. So it's a sport weight yarn, and this I think is technically a worsted weight pattern. Yeah. But somebody made it in this yarn, and I went, I'll make it work. So I went down a needle size, and I'm making my actual. Okay. I'm making a 50-inch, which is what I normally should be making, not making it a couple sizes smaller. So I'm making it at the actual size I should be making, and I went down a needle size, so I'm hoping between those two things, since I knit loose, it'll work out. Because did I swatch for this? No. Nope. But if it's, too big, it's fine.
It's true, it'll be cozy.
It'll be cozy.
Are you close to separating for your sleeves?
I need to get this. My raglan needs to get to 57, so I think I'm like 25-ish rows away, so not terrible. No. But I started this on Monday, so I call it pretty good. Yeah. I've also, I did not knit on this while I was in DC. I started another project while I was in DC because hi, have you met me? So, but this is easier to knit on while we're podcasting because the other thing is murder on my hands. Okay. What you doing? We got some progress here.
Got some progress. Let me put on my little, I lost my smaller stitch stopper, so I'm like shoving them through one stitch stopper.
Well, you use the tiny needles?
For the first time. Huh. They're 12-inch. Yeah. I love them.
Oh, okay.
I usually magic loop my sleeves.
Yeah.
Because DPNs and I do not get along.
No.
Lose them, break them, all kinds of things. All right, we got a little tangle going on here. Anyway, this I showed so good last time is my brain fart. Athena sweater. That I am test knitting. Another brain fart by Arianna. Oh my god.
Yep, something. It's in our show notes from last week, but also I'll look it up.
I'll put it in the show notes for this time too. Arianna.
Something.
Please hold. Frasca. Arianna Frasca 82 on Instagram. She is a knit designer, new to me. And so
good. You can really, really see this now. This detail over here.
It has this zigzag raglan detail.
Love it.
On the front and the back, obviously. This is raglan detail.
And down the side, right?
Yes. And so it's going to go down the side. I got into the body a little bit, and then I was like, let me put this on hold.
Sleeves.
And do the sleeves, because sleeves. And so this sleeve I finished Thanksgiving?
We're about to have a visitor. I hear him.
Oh, okay. Owen's coming in.
You continue. You continue talking. We have a guest star today.
Guest star. I was like, wait, is someone at the door? No. But anyway, so I finished the sleeve the night before Christmas. I'm so dumb today. Thanksgiving or Thanksgiving morning, I can't remember. And then I picked up my second sleeve. And I did the math because it's super wash. That I need to knit 13 1/4 inches before the cuff. And knit a 2-inch cuff because it's going to grow to 17 1/4 inches, which is the length of my arm from the armpit in. So I did try this on quick, and it does fit. It's not going to have much ease, but I kind of wanted a more fitted sweater for this so you could really see the detail. And I know that it's going to grow a little bit when I block it or wash it. So that's what I have for this, and I'm so excited. My deadline is December 8th. It's a Thursday, December 8th, so I know I'm going to finish this sleeve probably by tomorrow. And then I'll just be able to work on the body until it is long enough, because I know that I'll be able to zoom on that. And I'm trying for the first time a little 12-inch circular needle for the sleeves. I usually use just Magic Loop, a longer needle for the sweater that I've been working on, but instead I decided to try this little guy. And it's working out really well. I can just kind of zip, 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 and I know it's not going to save me much time, but I have been enjoying knitting on the tiny circular. So yes. I can hear our little guest star now.
He'll come say hi.
Okay.
And I'll put TV on for him so everybody can be happy.
Hi, Owen. I love your Elmo sweater.
Can you say hi?
Fresh from a nap.
Is that Owen?
Hi, Owen.
What do you Oh. We're going to be shy today?
That's okay.
Can you say hi? Can you blow kiss?
Aww.
That was a half-hearted attempt. All right, buddy. Do you want to go watch Miss Rachel? Yeah, I thought so.
We love Miss Rachel.
Do you love Miss Rachel? Are you one day going to realize Mommy's name is also Rachel and it's going to mess you up?
No.
No.
We love Miss Rachel too.
She's seriously a lifesaver.
Check
I think
her
she's
out
helped
on
with his
YouTube.
speech a lot.
Yeah. Breezy too. She does a lot of like over enunciating and pointing to her mouth. Just like our speech pathologist had recommended that if we're holding something, hold it up to your mouth and like over enunciate your words.
Who's this? Who's on your sweatshirt? Elmo. The other favorite. All right, buddy. Do you want to go watch Miss Rachel? Oh,
Rachel!
Let's go.
I don't want to get into anything else while you're not here.
Give me 30 seconds.
I think I could just stop it.
I think we'll be okay.
Okay.
30 seconds.
Da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. 30 seconds. We've got so much stuff to show you, too. So, you guys, it was Small Business Saturday yesterday. We're recording on Sunday, the 27th. Oh, you are quick. I was doing singing jazz hands. I was talking about Small Business Saturday.
Oh, yes.
Did some shopping.
I did, too, but I can't show it in case she's watching. That's everything I showed you that I bought is not for me.
Oh, correct. I'm like,
no.
What were we talking about? Uh-oh.
What's the matter? Do you want to come sit with Mama?
Yeah.
Here, you can watch Miss Rachel.
Come in whenever you want, bud.
There we go. I opened the gate so we can come in if he's...
Okay. Do you have anything else that you're working on that you wanted to show?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let's see. I'll show the progress on my sheep camp. And then I don't even know if I showed you what I started while we were down there.
I don't know.
So I gotta stop saying my sheep camp because it's not my sheep camp.
I wish
but
it was.
I'm through the chart and it's beautiful and this base is just a delight. Like this squish is just unreal. So again, this is Plush DK from On the Round. It's the sheep camp sweater from Jen Berg. Come here. Right here. Oh, buddy. So it's the sheep camp sweater from Jen Berg in Plush DK, Sugar Cookie, and Narwhal. And it's going to live at Skein Yarn Shop, which has me sad. But also, I have yarn to make one for myself, and I will just eventually be making a sweater in Plush DK for myself eventually. It's so, so good.
Lori, this might fit me.
I don't know if they do sample sales, but
maybe I should make one.
It is a size smaller than I normally make, so it might fit you or be a little big, but, you know, big is good when we're talking about sweaters.
Yeah.
And then...
rather be too big than too small.
Yes, because I know my best friend does not watch this podcast because she is a needle pointer. So, my best friend lives in Orlando. Okay, go watch Miss Rachel. My best friend lives in Orlando. We've been best friends for like 15 years. She was actually my little in college. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to see her in a couple of weeks. I'm very excited. I haven't seen her since Owen's first birthday. Wow. Because she lives in Florida.
Yeah.
And she was
COVID
and then yeah, she was supposed to come up for a second birthday, but tested positive the day of her flight.
That is awful.
So I'm going to see her in a couple weeks, and I'm so excited. And she's always making me things at needlepoint, and I'm like, I really want to make her something, but she lives in Florida, so that does complicate things. And she had weight loss surgery and looks amazing, so I also like wouldn't want to make her a garment right now. No.
Yeah, because her body's probably still fluctuating.
It's still fluctuating. So I'm like, okay, I need to know something I can make her. So when I saw her last time, I made her a hipster light out of non-superwash in cherry blossoms from Beachy Breeze fibers because Katie loves cherry blossoms. Mm-hmm. It's always been a thing, and it's a non-superwash, so, you know, it's temperature regulating, so, you know, it'll keep her warm when it's cool, and it'll keep her cool when it's warm. Mm-hmm. So what I'm making her this time these are murder on my hands. Some slipper socks. Oh, wow. You want to go watch Miss Rachel?
Are these flexi flips?
Yes, these are flexi flips.
Do you love them?
I don't love them in size 3. I do love them in size 8.
Okay.
Go ahead. Go watch Miss Rachel.
Mama.
Yeah, buddy. Can you say bye-bye?
So flexi flips are like the alternative to a DPN.
To DPNs.
So it is the 2 needles with a small
cable in the middle, and it's just... it does make it easier. Oh, but come here, buddy. Mama's staying out here for now. Oh, this is what happens when you get a nail in your tire and your husband has to go get it fixed. So, these are the cabin slipper socks from Sarah Opie. And she's s.knits on Instagram.
Are they double knit?
So this cuff, it's like a big strip, and then you fold it. You do a provisional cast on, and then you Kitchener the ends together, and then you pick up stitches on the bottom. So you can feel it like it's a thick cuff.
Okay, what's this pattern again?
It's called the Cabin Slipper Socks. I do very much like them. I started these on Thanksgiving. I'm just about done. And Katie has tiny feet. But the size 3 needles, it calls for DK weight yarn, so I'm using fingering held double. I'll talk about why in a sec. Tight. But it's tight. Like it's very, very hard on my hands. And then this is called a strong heel.
Okay.
So I've done my decreases. Now I just need to knit the foot until I'm at the point where I'm ready to do the toes. Okay. So the reason I'm using this yarn, which it's kind of a little blown out, but if you're in our Discord, it's the same yarn that Sandra used for her sweater that she just finished. So this is Kenyarn, who is a local dyer to Rhode Island. Really? You want to talk about the yarn too? So this is Kenyarn, and it's called 6 Merry Murderesses. This is from his Broadway collection. Katie and I love Broadway. We saw a couple shows together in college. Mm-hmm. We did a New York trip way too long ago. We need to repeat it. Mm-hmm. And when I saw that he was doing the Broadway collection, I'm like, oh, Katie, I need to get yarn for you from this. So I didn't know what color to get her. So she said it was a toss-up between this one, 6 Merry Murderesses, which is Chicago. Okay. Or Sugar Butter Flower from Waitress. Yes, baby. Really. So I wound up going with 6 Merry Murderesses because Katie is a purple lover, just like Kate. And it's really fun. So since I'm seeing her in like 3 weeks, I'm like, I gotta start busting these out. But considering I got pretty much all of this done in 3 days, I think I can get the other one done before I see her.
Definitely.
Really? Oh, now you're gonna talk?
Take it with you on your weekend.
I am.
PD getaway.
I'm very, very excited. I think I'm after the conference is over. So I'm going to a conference. What? Really? So I'm going to a conference in Salem, Massachusetts, Friday, Saturday. So I'm staying overnight Friday because driving from here to Salem and then Salem home and then here to Salem and then Salem home 2 days in a row is a lot because Salem's like an hour and a half without traffic. So I'm getting a hotel room for the night. I'm going to hang out and I'm very excited. And it's a workshop that's all about teaching climate change, which I'm very excited about. But I get a night to myself.
That is nice.
So there's a yarn store in Salem called Circle of Stitches, which I mentioned in our first episode but couldn't think of the name of the shop. So I might go check them out. I'll go get a dinner by myself, and I'll have lots of yarn time, uninterrupted, by this munchkin right here. What do you think?
I wonder if anybody's in the area. Like, if you put something out on Instagram, be like, hey, anyone in the Salem area, like, want to grab dinner? Like,
I could do that. I can see, like, how the conference goes and see if...
That's true.
But I can definitely... If anybody lives in the Salem-y, Boston-y area and wants to meet up for dinner on December 2nd, let me know.
Or also think about how, if nobody does reach out, like how relaxing if you just eat a meal alone.
I like eating meals by myself. Nobody bothers me. I go sit with my yarn. It's nice. I'm not like one of those people. Like, I don't mind eating by myself.
No.
It's nice.
Me neither.
So apparently I'm not going to be allowed to knit for a little while. Because I got this right here.
Like, what happened?
What else do we have? Oh, let me show you. So I have my finished Astrid pillow back from Skein Yarn Shop because my class has started so I can take it home.
So pretty.
So this is the finished one, and I need to still finish the second one, but like I said, I don't want to finish it. I want to finish it with the class. So
show them the seaming.
Last weekend we worked on how to make the squares, and then my next class, which because of this workshop, it was supposed to be on Saturday, but I moved it to December 10th, is going to be on joining the squares together and then seaming it up.
Nice.
Hi, buddy.
Do you have anything else you finished?
Finished, yes. I have my cowl that I talked about last week. You saw me knitting on it.
Yes.
Have I blocked it or woven in the end? Woven
not.
in the ends? No. But here it is in all its glory.
Oh, you can really see the color separation now.
It's definitely there. So this was an oopsie Sewrella mini set sent to me by a different Katie. I collect Katies. If you look at my phone between Kate's, Katie's, and Kaitlyn's, I've got to have at least 10.
Or
I don't know what it is.
Item.
I guess so.
Born in the 80s.
Yes.
If you're not a Kate or a Kaitlyn, you're probably an Ashley or an Amanda.
Seriously. Or no, Jennifer's more 70s, but there are some in the 80s. Nicole's. So, my friend Katie, different Katie, sent me this in our very first wool swap last fall. And I picked up this skein of Emma's Mohair, and I think it's called Himalayan Salt, at Rhinebeck. And then you saw me, what are you? Owen's just standing in a cardboard box, sliding his foot on the floor, because this is what toddlers do.
As one does.
And you can really see the color definition here. But it's Emma's Mohair. I don't always love mohair. I sometimes find it really itchy. But her mohair is very, very nice and soft. So once I eventually get around to blocking and weaving in the ends on this, it's going to be a delight up against my neck.
It is even if you don't.
Huh?
It is even if you
don't. It is even if I don't.
I don't think I blocked this sweater.
Really?
I just wear it.
Whatever.
I'm gross.
It looks fine. It looks fine. It looks like you did block it. The cables look nice and fluffy, so clearly you're doing something right.
I might have steamed it, but I haven't washed it, submerged it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I feel like that's always a big step, and I'm nervous. But anyway, I have not finished a single thing.
That's okay. I only finished that cowl, and I was almost done with it last time.
It's true. I want to say, the next time we're podcasting, I'm going to put it out in the pod universe.
That you're going to have this done?
I'm going to have this done, and I'm going to be wearing it.
I'm going to put it out that by the time next time we podcast, that the slipper socks will be done. I can't wear them because Katie's feet are tiny and mine are not. But I can at least show you what a finished slipper sock looks like. And hopefully the sheep camp sample is done because I want to get back to skein.
Yeah.
ASAP.
So that you don't call it yours anymore.
Right. Even though it's lovely and I would love to wear it.
How small are her feet?
Katie's a 6.5.
Oh, that's
my
cute.
feet are like, I swear my feet shrunk though because I went while we were in DC. I only brought my my scuffy boots.
Mm-hmm.
My scuffy boots being my Ella Bean boots that look like Uggs.
Mm-hmm.
And they are not the greatest to just be trodden around the city in. So I'm like, I need to go pick up a pair of shoes that has more support. So I got a really cute pair of booties. But the 10 was big.
Mm-hmm.
And the 9 was too small. And I'm like, my feet have been a 10 for years and years and years. And since having Owen, they say your feet grow with pregnancy. No, I'm pretty sure mine shrunk.
That's interesting.
Pretty sure they shrunk.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So
I bought the 10 and I just make sure I wear socks.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
I do know, like, back when Ralph, my husband, was training me. I know you know he's my husband. You guys might not remember Ralph is my husband. But anyway, when he was my personal trainer, that's how we met, by the way.
I love that.
It's like, I'll take this one. No. He was my trainer for years, actually. Before we
started dating.
Yeah. And, like, we never talked about personal lives or whatnot. And, like, my boyfriend at the time, well, he wasn't really my boyfriend at the time, but we were seeing each other and then stopped seeing each other because he was deployed. But, I don't know.
Anyway.
But, yeah. So, anyway, Ralph was my trainer. It was for a long time. What was the point of my story? Oh, feet.
There we go, feet.
I had, like, lost a bunch of weight and my feet shrunk a half size. So I was a 7.5 forever, and then I was a 7.
That's
all of a sudden.
Katie's feet have shrunk since she had the surgery.
Mm-hmm.
So I think she was at like a 7.5. Now she's at a 6.5.
Interesting.
Yeah.
No,
but like
after having Breezy, I have not lost all my. So I really can't even call it like pregnancy weight anymore. She's almost 3. Like, this is just me now. But my feet have stayed at a 7.5 again. So that's where we're at right now.
I had lost weight before I got pregnant, and then my IBS flare up, and then I got pregnant. So I think I weigh about the same or maybe a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But why did my feet shrink? I do not understand.
I don't understand either.
I do not understand. So if anybody has any ideas about that one, I thought your feet grew during pregnancy, not shrunk.
Mine got wider. Like, my shoes were snug, but a wide felt good.
Huh.
But then they did go back after a little bit.
Yeah.
But shrinking, that's interesting.
Unless shoes have vanity sizing now that I am not aware of. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it was that brand.
I don't know.
Was it a new to you brand?
No. Well, it is a new to me brand, but that's not the first time.
Oh, okay.
No, not the first time.
It's not like a one-off.
It's not a one-off thing. Because then I'd be like, oh, maybe it's just this brand. No, it's happened a few times.
It's just your feet now. Interesting.
I guess so. But nothing comes in a 9.5.
No?
No.
Is it a popular size?
I don't know.
Must be.
The teachers I went to was quite small. Mm-hmm. So, they didn't have necessarily the biggest selection.
Mm-hmm.
But still, I'm like, there are no 9.5s. I don't know. Anyway, enough about my feet. Because I'm sure you don't want to hear any more about my feet.
Maybe they do. Maybe they do. break out those puppies. You can go from YouTube to OnlyFans.
That's how we supplement our teaching income.
Yeah, teachers don't make enough, but you could check out these babies. These are my sparkly.
I do love your sparkle.
My
your
sparkly
kids.
Kate Spade kids. So what's really funny is I wanted these for my wedding so bad because I was like, I'm not gonna want to wear my, even it was a little like, I guess it's called a kitten heel, tiny heel.
I wear sandals.
But I was like, I'm gonna want sneaks, and I looked everywhere for these, and they were sold out at the time. And I found them since, and I started wearing them with like jeans, and they're super sparkly.
I think I need a pair.
And Breezy has a pair of like sparkly moccasins, so we wear sparkly shoes at the same time now.
That's awesome.
You do need a pair. I got these on Poshmark.
I know. I have seen them.
Love a good
deal.
Love a good thrift. Yeah.
So
I guess acquisition.
I guess, and apparently I have more than I thought I did.
I have way more than I thought I would.
Because here I am thinking, I'm being good about getting yarn, and then it seems like, and we're gonna have more because our botanical yarn shipped, so we should have that by next time.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. We're gonna have matching yarn.
We're gonna have matching yarn.
So matching sweaters. We gotta figure out a pattern.
Yes. Well, I'm thinking Kaisa, but I'm not sold on it because I have other yarn for a Kaisa.
Okay.
So let's see. What do I have? Well, let's start, I guess, with the first acquisition, which would be, so if you remember me talking last time about my student that has alpacas, this is the alpaca yarn. So it's a 50-50 alpaca merino blend. So the alpaca comes from them. And yes, baby. And this is untreated. So this is like the natural brown of the alpacas. What? Mama's going to stay here. Do you want to come sit with Mama? No, go sit. Go watch. So this is a natural brown of the alpaca. And I really hope they have 2 alpacas named Obi-1 and Obi-2. And I hope this came from one of them or both of them. So I'm going to, with this, make the Apiarist Cowl by Autumn and Indigo. I had to look it up. I have my notes in front of me. So this is going to become an Apiarist Cowl, which is like a honeycomb cowl. So it'll have a nice texture to it, but it'll be nice and simple and it'll be nice and cozy up against my neck.
And you'll wear it to school and your student will be like...
I will. Be like, look what I did!
Look what I did with your yarn!
What else do I have? Oh, that big, huge box over there on the side of you.
Oh my gosh.
Knit Picks was having a sale, and so what did I do? I bought 11 skeins of Swish Bulky. Oh, this is not showing up correctly.
No, it's like a lavender
It's
gray.
like a lavender gray. This color is called Haze Heather. It's very soft.
Ooh.
So with this, I'm going to make the Marmor cardigan from Regina Musmer. It's originally patterned using wool folk yarn, and I saw it at a yarn shop this summer, and it's a garter cardigan, which I don't normally think I would go for, but seeing it in person, I was like, oh. So if you don't like purling, this might be a good pattern for you, except the sleeves you purl because you're working in the round. But
it's not as bad. It's small circumference.
No, it's small circumference. But I'm very excited. This is going to be just so soft and squishy. What, buddy? And I'm very excited. And it was like $57 for 11 of these. What?
That's a deal.
Because it was 60% off in this color, and I just couldn't say no. What? Use your words, please. What do you want? Okay, hold on.
Rachel to watch Rachel.
Okay, so I will come back. I'm going to go give my son an applesauce because I think that's what he wants. We have a little speech delay problem over here, so I think that's what he wants.
You hungry?
If you want to talk about, maybe not those, but a different acquisition.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
I got some
Do you
stuff.
want applesauce?
Let me move this cute little slipper sock out of the way. So let me start with what I got first. I got this project bag, this like orange and pink and green paisley from Kelly E. MCD on Instagram, Kelly McDonald. She makes beautiful bags. They're some of my favorites. This was one of her, it's quilted. On the inside it has this beautiful like orange. It has a little loop to clip something in there. It's got a handle. And my favorite part is these, like, it's like, I don't know if it's jersey material, but it pulls together, like, so good. It's, like, such a tight close. Nothing falls out of here, ever. And she's kind of new to me since the summer. I have another project bag of hers. I learned about her bags from Justine over at Skein Yarn Shop. She had a bag that she showed on a podcast.
Those colors.
I know.
Are so good.
So this is like not my usual color palette, but it's such a happy bag. So I was just telling them that this is from Kelly McDonald, Kelly E. MCD on Instagram. She's a gorgeous seamstress.
Oh my god, I love it.
And this was one of her. She has some ready-to-make bags or ready-made bags that you can purchase. She'll put them up sometimes, and you just send her a message, and she'll send you like a PayPal invoice and then ship it out to you.
Is that what this was?
This was, yeah. I saw it, and I was like, ooh, I want you. I want you.
It's very, very.
I want you.
You want me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To come live at my house and hold my yarn.
I love the quilting on it, too.
I do, too, and I love the
string.
Yeah. Is this jersey, like a jersey material?
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like a t-shirt material.
Yeah, it is.
But I love her bags. I have another one. It has like happy little sloths on it. It's like teal and pink. I think Jen has the same one, actually.
Probably.
We have like twin bags. But even if she'll sometimes like post fabrics and be like,
I think Dylan some. You're just gonna meet my whole family today, apparently.
the whole clan's here.
The whole clan.
So yeah, so I got this, and then for Small Business Saturday, I went to Skein Yarn Shop, and I purchased. I'm not gonna take them all out, but I got a sweater quantity.
So good.
Of Malabrigo.
Rasta.
Rios.
Oh, that's what I meant. Rios. The worsted.
An English rose, so it's like
so
this.
Good. What are you gonna make?
I can't pull over. I'm gonna make that, but in this.
But in that. Oh, God, yes.
And when I was there, oh my God, it was so embarrassing. I brought Brielle with me because Ralph was at the gym. We were going to my parents for second Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Brielle was taking every skein of yarn
That's what
off
no
the
one
shelf.
does.
1, 2.
Oh, God.
3.
Yeah.
And Jen was there, and she was so good. She was, like, playing with her, and they were counting. And I was like, oh my God, make a choice, make a choice, make a choice. And, like, I had always wanted a sweater in this color. So I was like, okay, let me just get this and go. And I was looking, I was picking out other colors, but then I was seeing that there weren't enough skeins of like the same.
I think I might copy you and make a sweater in that color just because it's so good, and Rios is such a good yarn.
Such a good color.
It's a good color.
It's kind of hard to. That might be
there.
better.
That's better. You can see the variegation in it.
Yes.
You said camp, and I was like, wait, sheep camp or camp? Because okay.
I keep wanting to call it summer camp. The summer camp sweater. No, the camp pullover by Amy Christoffers.
Yes.
And then when I was there. I wanted these, and I was like, I don't know what I'll make with these.
Junk yarn?
The cat just scared me.
Yes, she lives in the window.
These are the Madeline Tosh, Dawn Baker
pooling.
assigned pooling. This is Seated Ballerina.
Oh.
Seated Ballerina. Let me show you what it looks like when it's not wound. But it's going to become...
Is it the one with the navy blips? Is that what that is?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's going to become a fizz cowl.
Oh, is that the one I liked? I don't love planned pooling, but I feel like there was a cowl pattern that I was like, oh, I could do that.
That ain't it. Alright, let's see. Dawn Barker. Baker? Barker? Barker wool.
There we go.
Barker.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it's Barker.
Where are you? Anyway, this is kind of like how it knits up.
Woo.
This is going to be hard to see. Can you see it? My face is in the way.
I'll pull it back a little bit. Yeah, it's hard to... Maybe... I don't know. Sorry, I'm just pulling on you.
Oh, that's fine.
It's hard to... We got to figure out a
better
lighting stitch.
But it's the fizz cowl, so you can just wear it. You can wrap it, and it's like a single layer. You cast on like 301 stitches, something stupid, and you work linen stitch just in the round. And then when you get to the blue, the navy, you do like a tiny bobble, and you do a bunch of tiny bobbles until you run out of blue. But there's also pink in here, and lime green, and yellow, and all different colors. So it's like confetti. And I wanted this, and I saw somebody for like the Skein Yarn Shop make along was doing that. I was like, copied, gonna do that too. But I'm not sure if I'm gonna join the make along. I have to look at the rules. I don't know if you have to finish something.
Yeah.
I have plenty of yarn that I
feel like I have too many other things going on right now to join this time, but next time.
I might join just for the joining.
Yeah, you can do that.
I might just join for the joining. I think you have to be done in January? Something like that. I have to look up the rules. I know that they mentioned them on their podcast, but I can't recall. So it's just 2 skeins of that. So I picked that up today when I went in to pick up my prize.
Because she wins everything.
Lately, I need to get a lottery ticket.
You seriously do.
Because, like, I don't know. I was saying to Ralph after I won, I was like, how does it feel to be married to a winner? Because your girl is bringing home the yarn prizes.
Seriously.
So...
Seriously. And you know what? You know what I feel like? Because you didn't actually purchase this one, you could just open it all now.
No.
It's
I could.
It's a bonus, so therefore to me it doesn't count.
So, and I want to say that, so this is the Emma's Yarn Small-A-Day Advent that Skein Yarn Shop had.
Jealous.
It is 25 mini skeins wrapped in beautifully colored.
Are they numbered or you just open
They
one
are
today?
numbered.
Okay.
So, like, this is 25. It's red. It's Christmas. I'm smelling it like a cigar.
They're wrapped up tight.
They are wrapped up tight.
Real tight.
So, like, this is number 2.
Huh.
I got the fingering weight.
Yeah.
So each one of these is 81 yards. They're 20 grams, 80% superwash, 20% nylon. I want to make, I think, like a big cozy wrap.
That's it.
I want to use all of this yarn.
That was one of the things that came up for questions for this week was what to do with advents. Mm-hmm. And I'm still struggling with that, but we'll talk about that when I get to show my ad. And
it came with a Love and Leche mint lotion bar.
Can I smell? Let's see. Oh, I can smell.
So
that's nice.
It's creamy. It's weird because it's kind of like a bar soap, but it's lotion. And it doesn't leave you too... I
know Tania loves those because she got some from Tuft Woolens, I think, while we were at Rhinebeck. And I'm like, I will probably do this next year.
Yeah. So, like, now that I have one as a prize, I'll definitely use it.
Yeah.
I like that it's a lotion that doesn't leave you slippery. Love that.
I think very important while we're working with yarn.
So the Emma's yarn was hand-dyed in Florida.
Yep.
This is the 2022 Small-A-Day. So if you look it up, you will hopefully not see any spoilers. But
no, I did look it up this morning because I was wondering if it was like a cohesive thing or if it's... Yeah, I don't know. It seems like they're just kind of all over the place fun colors. At least that's what last year's looked like.
Laureate Skane said that somebody wasn't following the rules and they ripped them all open and they can say that it's good. So, and I was like, oh my gosh. But, so this is a total... I forgot the total of yarn, but I could find that.
80 times 25. I don't know. It's 2,000?
Yeah, so 1,600 plus. Yes.
About 2,000 yards?
About 2,000 yards.
I can math sometimes.
I just didn't want to. There are some patterns written for this set. There's a knit pattern.
Oh, really?
Lolember? Lolember by Laura Nilkin.
Oh, okay.
Or Floridays by Laura Dobratz.
Oh, she's the one that did the Cooma Cowl.
Okay. And then there's 2 crochet suggestions too. Milkweed Leaf Shawl by, Milkweed Leaf Shawl by Brianna K Designs.
I do not know that.
So I'll check out those patterns and see. But this was one of their grand prizes. And so, like, for...
Jelly.
Like, when you made purchases, I think it was for every $50, you got a ticket. I got 2 tickets, because I purchased a sweaters quantity. It was just a little over 100. And,
you won.
Yeah, and I won, and I supported my local yarn shop.
I supported a non-local yarn shop, because I bought some stuff in Maryland for my swap partner, Katie. Mom, but I cannot show that... You can have cheese in a little bit. Dad, that's home. This kid is definitely my child because he loves cheese. You want to go see Dad? Okay, go yell. Go get him, Owen.
Is he outside?
Come here.
It's raining a little.
Come here. Ooh. Is this your other prize you want?
This is my other prize. Are good. So this is not like yarn that I would ever pair together.
Hold on.
But I love it.
Hold on. I'll go find him.
This is...
Go watch Miss Rachel. I'll go find him.
Brooklyn Tweed.
Go watch Miss Rachel. I'll go find him.
American Columbia wool. Sourced, spun, and dyed in the U.S. And this is... So it's undertone. Or this is an overtone. This is called Baseline. Oh, this is tough to see. It is a light gray.
Dylan.
I don't know.
Yeah, where's Dada? So it's a light gray, and this is like a pumpkin-y, pumpkin-y burnt orange. And this is called persimmon. And if I knew what a persimmon was, I would probably... I know that, but is it this color?
I think it's a little lighter.
Okay, well, persimmons. Never eaten one. Let me fix this light.
I think it's a tropically fruit, but I might be lying.
Okay, tropically fruit. The light keeps moving. Anyway, so these 2 pair together for a brioche cowl called the Hythe Cowl by Wandering Star Knits. So I entered her giveaway, and this was a pattern I was going to make no matter what. But I'm glad that I held off on purchasing the pattern because I won this prize.
You won the pattern too?
Which was the pattern and the yarn.
You're just winning all the things.
And her name is Katie. So if you'd like to collect her in your collection of Katie's, Wandering Star Knits. And it looks like maybe she's relatively... She's only got 79 followers, you guys. Like, go follow her. She, like, makes amazing stuff. So this is the cowl.
Oh, right. It's the brioche one.
So I'm pretty pumped. Yeah, the Hive cowl. So many different colors in there. So I think this might be that.
Oh my god, that's, yes.
Using the gray as like
Perfect.
the 4 color and the orange in the background.
I love that. It's
not
not
gonna be able
going
to
to
see
show
it.
up.
Okay then. So
We'll tag her.
Mhm.
Because we're going to get better about tagging people on Instagram.
Yeah. Yep. Gotta figure that out. So I won this. I won that. And my last purchase. I used.
They're lovely.
I no longer have any more gift cards.
Oh.
To another local yarn shop.
How many gift cards did you have?
I had so many. I'd been saving them. I feel like that's everybody's go-to gift for me for my birthday or Christmas is a yarn shop gift card. So, you guys.
She snagged a set.
You guys. So let me tell you about my journey.
Oh, this whole process.
I was on a journey. So I've never had a set of interchangeables. That's a lie. I had a set of interchangeables. Not a complete set from my mother-in-law, Sherry. She loves to be mentioned. And she had given me a set of like Knit Picks interchangeables when I first started. They were wood. Not all of them were in there.
Mm-hmm.
Here and there, she would come over and she would borrow some. They were hers. So like she would borrow some, take them, knit something.
Yeah.
I snapped one, like things like that. I think it was a small, like a 2 or whatever.
That does happen.
And I just always had purchased like Chow-Gu, the red lace, like circulars, the metal. Love them, but I've always been like looking at like the Chow-Gu sets or even like the Haya and like I've always wanted a nice set of interchangeable needles. So like you have all the tools you need. You don't need to go purchase a new.
That is just, that's a diesel case.
So this box, it's like an iPhone box. Like it's.
Oh my god! Seriously.
It's thick. Like I might keep it for like storing cards in or like things like that. But this is the case, the Chow-Gu Forte limited edition.
They're so nice.
It's a leather case. It's like a gray color. Zips all the way around. I haven't used them yet. I'm gonna tell you why in a minute. It has
all the things
all
too.
the things. So it has needle sizes 2 through 15 US, which is 2.75 to 10 millimeter. It includes a 2.5, 3 millimeter needles. They're gorgeous. They're wood with metal tips. Let me pull out like a thicker one that I've gotten out before. So,
how are they?
The wood, I forgot the name of the wood.
Oh, is it like an ebony or something?
It's
wood
like a
black wood.
Something they make musical instruments out of.
Oh.
Yeah. And when you purchase this, they plant a tree.
Oh, that's cool.
So, like, I'm saving
nice.
the world one stitch at a time. So, they're like a dark brown. They're sharp.
Yeah.
So they've got the metal tips, but they feel
really nice.
They feel nice to hold. And I haven't knit with them yet because I'm holding out because they're so nice I don't want to use them. But also, no, I do want to use them. I need to finish my test knit first, and my reward will be I can use my next project. I'm going to start with these needles.
That's a great motivator.
Because I need to get that thing done. And, you know, sometimes when you switch your needles mid-project, like, your gauge could change.
Yes.
Like, I don't know it would be totally noticeable, but if it is going to be noticeable, I don't want it to be right here on my sweater.
Right.
So, the needles, they snap right in. So you can just pull them out. It's magnetic.
What? Oh my god.
So they come out. There is a pen/stylus. Things you don't know you need.
What?
There's a little clip in here so you could clip it in your bag or you can add stuff to it. There's little snips. There is a gauge square needle gauge.
Yep.
There is a tiny little pocket here. Maybe you could put some stitch markers in there. Oh, I forgot to mention with the Hythe yarn that I won, she sent me little honeycomb stitch markers too, like all the stitch markers you would need for the pattern. There is a little measuring tape.
It's a nice one.
And a little Notions
tin.
And inside it has the
rings.
There's rings. There's the pieces to connect. There's some T-pins and a darning needle. There's the little Chow-goo, almost like a tiny little rubber. It's a holder, so when you're tightening them,
that's nice.
It's like almost like a little jar opener.
Like a little grippy.
A little grippy, yeah. The little stoppers, connectors. And it comes with the swivel cables you like.
I do. The swivel cables are amazing.
But wait, there's more.
Oh my god, there's more?
And then there's this pocket back here. And you have your cables. The small ones and the large ones. 14, 22, and 30 to attach to your needles. And I want to say the needles are probably 5 inches.
Yeah, they definitely.
If I were to...
mine are 5 inches, so yeah, they're 5 inches.
Okay. So yeah.
Oh my god, they're beautiful.
And what's really cool, because these are magnetic.
Yeah.
You could just drop your stitch if you have metal stitch markers. You could just drop them on there and they'd stick. Or magnetize, not stick. But you know what I mean.
We'll see. Maybe I'll.
But it smells like a brand new car.
Oh my god, it does. Maybe I'll get myself a bougie set of needles next year.
So this is definitely a bougie set.
Oh my god,
and
so nice.
So my journey was, I'd missed the pre-order pretty much everywhere. I don't know what happened, but I guess pre-order was like at the end of the summer, maybe September.
Oh.
And pretty much everywhere. And I don't know. I guess I didn't know, or maybe I saw it and I was like, oh, those are nice, whatever.
Not committed.
Like, whatever, non-committal. But then, I think it was like one morning, I saw them when I was eating breakfast before school. I was like, I really want those. And then I went online, and I was like, oh, let me get them here. Oh, not available. Let me get them here. Sold out. Let me get them here. Sold out. And then I was like, oh, okay. So they really are, like...
hard to get.
I guess. Or limited edition or whatever. And so then I added myself to a wait list for a shop. I think it was Yarn It in Canada. And so the next day, they sent me an email that they secured 5 more sets and wanted to know if I wanted to purchase them. And I was like, sure do. Well, at first I was like, how many dollars Canadian is this in American? And then trying to figure that out. And I was like, okay, it's still expensive. And then shipping. So, but I ordered it, but they weren't getting them in until mid-December. So I don't know when I would have gotten them, like around like the holiday time. Yep. Things take longer to get to you. But again, no rush. I was still satisfied with that.
Yep. But then
Mermaid's Pearl posted on her story, Lizzie at Mermaid's Pearl posted on her story that she had them in the shop. I don't know how many she had, but they were sold out. Well, not when I got them. I got it.
After you got them.
As soon as I saw it, I clicked her link, and I was like, okay. I can get them. And I'm like texting Rachel at the same time. I was like, okay, so I already have them pre-ordered in Canada. But I could go just drive down the road and pick them up tomorrow. And then I'd have them. But I also don't have to pay for shipping. I don't have to wait another like month or two.
And I told her, get the ones at Mermaid's Pearl.
Yeah.
And if it worst comes to worst and you can't cancel your Canadian order, you can always resell them.
Yeah. And then I was thinking, I was like, oh, but if I had 2, would I resell them or would I just want 2 sets of needles?
Oh my god. I do have 2 sets, but not of those.
Yeah. And so I was like, well, I probably don't want 2 of the same. And I was like, okay, but let me secure the purchase first and then cancel my order. So I did. And like my order went through and then I canceled. I sent an email over to Yarn It and Kathy was super understanding and she's like, oh, no problem, happy knitting. And I'm sure somebody else
it's not like
purchased them.
Yeah.
No hardship, I don't think, on their part. But then I picked them up the day before Thanksgiving. So literally the next day, me and Breezy went over there. So Breezy's been touring the local yarn shops in Rhode Island with me. And we went to that cute little playground at Wilson Park. Like,
such a nice one.
I know. So we played over there and then we went home and made pie. But I can't wait to use them.
Oh my god, they're beautiful.
And so like when I went to the yarn shop yesterday at Skane, I think it was Krista, she asked me, she's like, oh, how are your needles? Are they great? And I was like, I haven't used them yet. I didn't explain why, but I was like, I'm so afraid to use them. They're too nice. But it's more like, I need to finish that sweater. And then I'm going to cast something on with them.
That's a great motivator to get it done.
so now I just keep them in their, like, collector's box, like...
Collector's box.
Like
That's
Beanie
what
Babies.
It is. Oh my god, friggin' Beanie Babies.
But that's it for me.
Oh, man.
And this is way more than I ever intended, but to be fair, I didn't buy it all. So
I have more acquisitions than I originally intended. So I showed my alpaca yarn.
Yes.
Which I did talk about last time.
Mm-hmm.
And then, let's see, and I showed the knit pics.
Nice sweater.
So, we went to Vermont for Friendsgiving with one of Dylan's really good friends from college.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was lovely. And it turns out that it was right near Green Mountain Spinnery, which is in Putney, Vermont. And they do the whole thing start to finish. So they get the wool, they process the wool, they spin the wool, they dye the wool, they sell the wool. They don't raise the sheep, but they do everything else. So I got 4 skeins.
That's beautiful. It's
in
a beautiful
Kate's
like,
color.
purple.
It is. So this is called elderberry. And it
See?
it's on their mountain mohair base, which is 70% wool, 30% yearling mohair.
Okay.
And I think I'm going to make a shawl.
Okay.
I think I'm going to make the Sometime Alone shawl by Sylvia McFadden. I have a lot of her shawl patterns favorited. They're just really nice and classic and timeless and cozy, and I think this will just be a really good shawl. So I sometimes have issues with non-superwash, so I don't want a whole sweater. But this does feel nice, and I know it will soften up once I block it too.
Yeah.
But a shawl is just easier because I can always wear it over something and take it off if I have to.
Mm-hmm.
So I got 4 of these because this color is just lovely. And just the fit, like, we went on a Sunday, so we went on the way home. But if we'd gone during the week, they do tours.
That's cool.
So like, I'm like, Dylan, next time we come up, we need to like tour and do the whole thing.
Yeah.
He's like, really? And I said, really? He was not thrilled.
But he'll do it.
He'll do it. What else do I have? I have... for Black Friday, 2 of Wands was having a pattern sale.
Mm-hmm.
And so I grabbed some patterns from her that I've been eyeing for a while. Not a while, it's new.
Yeah.
So the Cornwall cabled raglan that she just published, bought a pattern for that. Have yarn for it in my stash. We'll get around to that eventually. And then I got the balaclava pattern because we are going to the Patriots game on Christmas Eve, and it's gonna be fucking cold. We went to, oh my god, it just came up in my Facebook memories. We went to, I think it was the second coldest game on record. It was a Patriots-Broncos game, a night game in November, and it was so cold they had to shut down the taps because our beer froze.
That is cold. When the beer freezes.
It was a good game because the Patriots wound up winning in overtime, so they were down 24-0 at the half, and then they wound up tying it, and then went into overtime. But by the time overtime came around, I'm like, I don't fucking care. I just want to go home.
My toes.
I was so cold.
I don't know where my toes are.
So anyway, I went to Joann's, and I got 2 skeins of Hue and Me to make the balaclava in a color that's not normally my color. So I ventured away from, this is called agave. So
seafoam green.
It is kind of, so it's kind of sort of like I guess it's kind of similar to some yarn I already have. It's a little bit darker, but I didn't get pink. Trying a different color. So it's just like a nice thick cabled balaclava, and it knits up on big needles, and I should be able to get it done before the Patriots game. So I'm excited about this.
I want to make one of those too.
Do it. And then also with her pattern sale, did you also get the pattern?
I think I did.
There, she had, oh my god, I was looking at her kids section, and she has these adorable, like, hat scarf combos, and if we haven't already had this discussion on here, I love giraffes. I love them. I love them. I have them all over my house. I have giraffe jewelry. I have photos of me feeding giraffes in our house. I have had multiple giraffe hats. Owen's blanket that I made him while I was pregnant is a giraffe. So obviously Owen's going to be forced to love giraffes as much as I do. But she had one that was a little giraffe, and it's got the little hat and the horns, and it wraps, and then it like, oh my, it's just adorable. But that calls for woolies. So I went to Joann's because my sister did not have a yarn needle. And I'm like, well, I need a yarn needle to do the slipper socks because for the Kitchener.
Yeah.
So I went to Joann's, and I'm like, I guess while I'm here. So I got the Hue and Me, and then I got 2 skeins of woolies because they were on sale for the hat scarf combo. I'm very excited.
That is cute.
I told Kate about it, and she also has a snow leopard one, and I'm like, Breezy would be a very cute snow leopard.
She would be a cute snow leopard.
So this is for that.
She sees big cats. She'd be like, cat!
Oh my god. Really?
Big cat. Yes.
Do
She's
I?
into that.
Oh.
I didn't purchase that pattern yet.
I also got my first Atenti pouch. So Skein Yarn Shop just got a new shipment of Atenti pouches in, and I love this one.
Giraffe pattern.
It's giraffe leopard print on the back, and it's flowers on the front. I love flowers, so I had to get this. And what else do I got? Oh,
Stuff for your swap partner, and we can't.
I do have stuff for my swap partner. I got a mermaid. This isn't yarn, but it's macrame, so I'm counting it. So there's somebody on Instagram I've been following for a while. Her name is Kasha Kentilo Creations, and she was having a sale on all of her macrame things. And if you did not already know this about me, I love mermaids, and I've been eyeing this one for forever. So she has a really pretty flower in her hair and just really pretty cord, and the stitch on the mermaid and her little tail. It's just beautiful. So if I had a yarn office, she is art. This is a piece of art. If I had a yarn office, this would go in my yarn office. But until I have a yarn office, I'll find somewhere to hang it in my house.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you guys, all the way from Norway, my advent came in. So it's a sticker, and it says, "In December we wear pink because it's Mean Girls." I love Mean Girls. It is in my top 3 favorite movies of all time. My sister and I quote it on a regular basis. I watch it at least 4 times a year. It's just good. Seeing the musical at PPAC in October. Saw the Mean Girls on Broadway musical. Fab. So funny. Karen was just, oh my god. There's a song, and it's just like introducing the plastics, and she's like, "My name is Karen. My hair is shiny. My teeth are perfect. My skirt is tiny. It barely covers my perky hiney. My name is Karen, and I'm not that smart." That's it. And I just geek every time. And then she has a whole song about like Halloween and sexy Halloween costumes and like weird sexy Halloween. Oh my god. So anyway, all the way from Norway. This is from Through the Wardrobe Yarn Co. And this is all Angie's fault, because Angie sent this to me over the summer and was like, "Did you see this?" And I went, "How dare you?" So then I had to get it because it's Mean Girls. And so it is a 24 mini skeins of pink, and they fade from light to bright. And you can see I have not opened any of them. This is taking a lot of willpower. And then I have my big skein for the last day. And then there's a pouch of extras, and I'm pretty sure there's a sticker in here, and I'm super pumped about it because I love the sticker.
Is the pouch of extras for any particular day?
It doesn't say so.
Will you open that on day 1? Will you save it for the
I
end?
can open
Are you
it
going to open it
now.
right now? Do it, do it, do it, do it. I love the wrapping.
I know.
Like, it brings me back to like old school Victoria's Secret.
Yes.
Like when I used to work there.
Sticker. In December we wear pink.
Okay, so just like on the, I was going to say,
Yep,
you could
just
probably,
like on the box.
I was going to say, you could probably get this one off the box too with a hairdryer.
I really
so
wanted
it's
to.
Sticky.
Oh, there's 2 other extras in here. Oop.
Ooh,
Stitchy
tiny
markers. Maybe. She also had the option to add a skein of Surrey, which I did not do because Angie talked me out of it and said you can get pink Surrey elsewhere. It's a pin. It says the limit does not exist.
Oh.
With yarn balls.
That's cute.
Love. And then some pink safety pin, bulb, stitch markers. Oh my god. I love pins. I have a Hobo XL bag that I collect all my pins on. So it's all my pins from dance competitions and then yarn pins. And this will be going on my Hoki bag.
As it should.
And You Go Glen Coco Candy Cane Wax Melts.
Oh, those are fun.
I'll take pictures of the extras
cute.
and I will post them with a spoiler in my feed so you can actually see them. I'm just super jazzed about the pin.
That is
I'm
cute.
super jazzed.
I'm so happy you opened it.
I will behave. Oh my god, and it even has like glitter on the candy wax melts. But I will behave. My goal is to make it at least halfway through without just busting the whole thing. But my very first year getting an Advent, one of my friends was over. I was teaching her how to knit. And I'm like, you know what? Screw it. And I just ripped them off and I went, whoo-wee! And threw them everywhere. No shame.
That
So if I
sounds
can make it
fun.
at least halfway through, I'll call it a win.
Mhm.
But I did not get the skein of Surrey to add to it, but I did get the bag. And this is where the slipper socks have been living. I love this fabric. I do already have a Mean Girls project bag from Stitched by Jessi, and it's really cute fabric, and I love it. And this is completely different fabric. So we have Damien's sunglasses and the burn book and Damien's pink shirt, and Is Butter a Carb and October 3rd, and Glen Coco's candy canes.
You go, Glen Coco.
It's a really great bag, and it brings me a lot of joy.
It's very cute.
And
Jam.
my jam. So Jen and Angie and I are all got the Bon Mama Jam Advent, and it tells you the flavors on the back. So I did already look at them, but I don't know which one's on which day, and they sound amazing. So it's time to bust out my bread maker and make some real good bread, and then eat this on it every day. The one I'm really excited about, orange, yuzu, and grapefruit. Sounds amazing. I love yuzu. Oh my god, when we were in DC, we got bangin' ramen, but the ramen had like a 30-minute wait, so we went to a bar next door. Owen's first experience at the bar. He sat at the bar and ate some orange slices. And I got this drink that was like a yuzu sour with a red wine, like
Ooh.
oh my god, it was so good.
Like a floater?
That's the one,
Yeah.
floater. Yes, my child has already been to the bar.
Okay.
Yep, we got proof.
It was during the day, though, right?
It was like 6:30. It's fine.
It's fine. You know what? I have to say, it's probably better to have the full child at the bar than be the pregnant lady at the bar.
Maybe.
I know when
Dylan just got a nice tea. He was boring.
Okay. I know when I was pregnant, I like went out for a friend's birthday or
Yeah.
whatever, and I was like,
Got looks.
everybody's looking at me like I'm drinking, but I'm not, and I'm kind of like, it's Shirley Temple! It's a Shirley Temple! And I felt like I had to justify that.
I feel like I got looks when I was pregnant eating sushi, but I didn't care because the book said it was fine. The Emily
Really?
Oster book, Expecting Better.
Oh.
Good quality sushi presents no higher risk if you're pregnant versus not pregnant, but lunch meat does have a higher risk if you are
Listeria.
pregnant, right?
Yes.
So sushi, ate it while I was pregnant. Did I eat it every day? No,
No.
but I love sushi and I was real happy I didn't have to give it up.
I did. I wish I read that book. I did the What to Expect When You're Expecting.
I did not read that one.
You get nothing. I gave up sandwiches and all that stuff.
I did eat a
and
couple
sushi.
turkey sandwiches, but it's
I
fine.
did if it was, so I would get it at Not Your Average Joe's because they like carve the turkey.
I got one from Wawa. It was fine. It was fine.
I mean, it's probably fine. It's fine unless it's not fine.
Oh, and turned out fine.
Yep.
So, yeah, a lot more acquisitions than anticipated, but it's fine.
I have a suggestion for
What?
you. Next year, do your jam, but also get a tea one.
Yes.
So that you can do like a high tea
Oh
when you
my
come
God.
home from school and have like
Yes,
a little bread
jam and
jam
biscuit. Oh my god, yes. I think
and
that we can make that a thing. You can join us.
That's true.
You can sit with us.
I can sit with you.
You can
I
sit
can
with
make my
us.
gluten-free bread.
Yeah, you can. And I mean, these are all pretty gluten-free because they're just jams.
Oh yeah, the jams. Yeah, I could just put on whatever bread. I actually saw a bread maker that it might be on my Christmas list. It has a gluten-free bread option, but I need to do a little
so
bit
it cooks differently?
No clue, because anytime I've made bread, I use the cup for cup flour, so it's essentially the same.
Yeah.
So I need to look more into it to see if it is just like a gimmick,
Yeah.
like a money grabber.
You
need a regular bread maker and the gluten-free bread.
I asked my in-laws for a bread maker for Christmas before I was pregnant, and I don't use it as much as I would like to, but on days where I really want good bread, 'cause that's what I realized, like, we buy bread at the grocery store, and I'm like, I don't eat it. Like, I'm just like, this is gross. I'd rather, like, Dave's has good bread.
Yeah.
And so I'll buy, like their fresh bread, or, like, I'll make it myself. I don't want to just...
so good, too.
I'm not just going to eat bread to eat bread. I'd rather eat a sandwich with no bread than eat crappy bread.
Right.
That's where I'm at. I'm not apparently bread snob now.
Love that for you.
I think that's going to happen. I'll have my own little mini high tea every day next year.
That's cute.
But maybe we can still find tea advents.
I saw them on Etsy.
I'm going to jump on that and find out. So...
Questions?
We got 2 questions, well 3, but 2 of them are the same.
I got 1 question on mine.
You got 1?
Yeah.
Okay. So one of the questions
I have 2.
You have 2?
Just kidding.
Okay. So one of the questions I got from posting on my stories was 2 people posted the same thing and they're asking about advents. And to be honest, No freaking idea.
Like what to make with them?
I don't know. So I don't know. I think what's going to happen is I'm not going to just start knitting with it when I open it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to kind of see what the whole thing looks like first, which I know is not the purpose of an advent, but whatever. I can do what I want.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to like wait and see what the whole thing looks like. And depending on it, it's either I might do like the Dragon Horde yarn advent sweater, or
I can see that.
I'll do a big ass pink wrap that I will love and treasure.
What about a sea glass?
Thinking about it.
Okay.
But
you could also stash down a sea glass.
That's, yeah, I have yarn in bags for sea glass, and I think I would personally like a sea glass more if it's like one of the colors is the same.
Yes. Okay.
And then you alternate with the minis on the for the other.
Okay.
So it's not mini, it's main color, mini, main color.
Yeah.
Like, you know. So it gives a little bit more of a coherent look. So that's why, like, maybe. I want to see what it looks like first. Okay. But I know Amba O'Brien has some really lovely wraps.
That's what Lori told me, and I think that's what I'm going to do with my Emma's yarn. I'm going to make a wrap because I want to use every little bit of it.
Yeah.
I want to wrap myself up in it. I want it to be colorful or whatever. I was almost wondering, because it's wrapped in so many different colors,
if that gives you a hint.
I almost wonder if the wrapper is a hint.
I don't know.
I probably won't notice a pattern until like day 2 or 3, but we'll see. My other advent that I showed last time, I think it's Pacific?
Yeah. Pacific
Knitwear.
Yeah.
And
Pacific Northwest. I'll look it up.
Do you have it?
I'll look it up.
Okay. But anyway, that one comes with, I think, 2 large DK skeins, like a regular size
Pacific
DK.
Northwest Knit Design.
Yeah,
Pacific
and they
Knit Co.
paired up with... She paired up with somebody...
She paired up with West Coast Yarn Co.
Yarn Co.
That's it.
So that seems to be... It's going to have a pattern, a bag, and I think a bag.
Yeah.
And 2 full skeins, it seems like. So I'm thinking that I'm just going to blindly trust that pattern and like go through the experience.
And especially because it's like, you know, it's not just 24 minis.
Right.
It makes it, it's like, okay, I'm making this whatever it says.
So I'm wondering if it's going to be like 2 colors, like a color block, or if it's going to be like sections or color work or brioche or who knows.
Knowing her, I'm going to guess color
work because she does, yeah. So I'm just going to trust that process.
That's what if I had an advent like that, I would also trust the process. But when they're more freeform, I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So I made a juniper cowl with one of my advents from last year. My Schitt's Creek one, I still don't know what I'm going to do with. Mm-hmm. My office advent from the year before, the one I just went, whee, and threw them all over the room, are going to be a Luminaria wrap from Larkspur Knits.
Okay.
So I know what it's going to be. It just hasn't happened yet.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. I think I just need to see the whole thing first, is how I feel.
I feel like it's a personal preference. It might even be kit specific.
Right.
Like depending on what,
depending on, you know,
like what the yarn entails. If it's more like goodies,
larger
skeins, is it minis? Is there a full skein at the end?
Yeah.
Things like that. Did you have another question on your?
The other one was from Angie.
Yep. Favorite skeins in your stash, a show and tell.
I have a lot of favorites. Well, it's hard. A lot of my favorite yarn I've used. Like, if I have a really favorite yarn, I'm gonna use it.
Yeah.
So, like, some of my skeins these are left over from my Celeste tea.
Oh, that's very close in color.
They're pretty close in color. But this is Trastavere from Explorer Knits. This was like my super unicorn yarn. I did not get it when she had the pre-order the first time. Then somewhere in Canada had it, so I got it. And then I found a couple skeins on Ravelry, so I could from somebody destashing, so I could get them. So the leftovers I have from my sweater, I don't know. I think they'll probably become a shawl because I love this color and it looks good on me. And I don't want to necessarily make another top.
Yeah.
I could use it for color work. I don't think I will because I would want this to be the main color.
Right.
So I think it'll probably become some sort of fingering weight, shawly, wrappy thing.
Does Explorer Knits, do they go to Rhinebeck?
She did this year, yeah.
Added to the list.
I didn't go see her because I was just like, and my sweater wasn't with her yarn.
I was just noticing in the camera that I have some pooling here. I probably should have alternated my...
whatever, it's fine.
Whatever.
These are some other skeins that I've been holding on to. I got these on Black Friday a couple years ago. These are from the Perfect Stitch Fiber Co. And it's a DK weight and a Surrey in Mermaid Tail. I think I originally bought them to make a kobook, but I think there's too much variation for it to be a good kobook, so
you wouldn't see the bobbles.
I think this is gonna become a hat or a cowl. I don't know, but I'm holding out, especially because it's mermaidy.
Sophie scarf.
I don't love it. I don't get the.
Okay.
I personally don't get it. Like,
I think it's cute.
Some people it looks cute. I feel
That's
like on
true.
me, I don't think I would like it.
I think it would look cute with a little button up. Wear it to work. Like a little, like...
I don't wear button-ups.
Okay. Sometimes I get dressed.
No.
Although if anybody I work with watches this, you probably know I look like a bum all the time.
So I have these. I also have... I'll save those for last because there's a thing with that. This. This is Beachy Breeze. Love Sam's yarn. This is from her Wildflower collection. That was her yarn of the month last year. And this is the color for July. It's called Larkspur. This is also Larkspur. So it's the birth flower for July, and Owen's a July baby, so that would be the tattoo. But just the colors in this are just so good. The camera's not picking it up. Sam's, what's the one? The Spark. Sam's Spark Cardi. This is the contrasting color in it. And it's such a good, vibrant, bright purple, and it's just beautiful. And I have 5 skeins of it, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet, but I know it's gonna have to be a sweater or top of some sort because I love it. And again, it's my baby. So this is definitely just marinating, waiting for the right project.
Do you have enough of it to make this?
Probably I do.
How many skeins do you have?
5.
You have enough.
This is also Sam's yarn. These are actually oopsie skeins. Well, not oopsie. These are driftwood skeins, like leftover dye.
Okay.
So I have 4 of these in this color. It's like a taupey purple. Then I have 2 of these in this color, which is, they just coordinate really well. And I'm going to make a Zweig out of these. So it's going to be like a super low contrast Zweig, but it's fine because it's not like it's stripy and it's not like it's colorwork. It'll just be like a really subtle, like lace. Panel. Yeah. So these are some skeins that I've been holding on to for a while, waiting for just the right thing, because I want to make sure I use them together.
Right.
So I'm like, I can use these here. No, these have to go together.
Zweig is something else that I want to make. And I probably have yarn for.
Oh, y'all appreciate this. So, I have 5 of these. I think these are now going to become a thing. What's one that Kaitlyn's making? The baby sweater. Cinnabar. This is on the round. So this is always a bridesmaid. This is like the first color. It's just not picking it up. So it's like, it's cream and there's speckles and it's blues and pinks and purples and I love it. This was one of the first colors when I started looking at and buying indie yarn that I really, really fell in love with. And so I was able to pick up a sweaters quantity from her on a sale that she had last year. Or I think it might even have been 2 years ago. Like, yay, the light's really blowing it out.
I love the speckles.
I just love it. So it's cream, but it's got the speckles, and I love speckles. So this is yarn that's been sitting. It might become a Cinnabar, and I'll make Owen a Cinnababy. I don't know. But this is some special yarn that I've been holding on to. This is what I think you're going to love.
Show me. Is it purple?
No.
Okay. Ooh. Okay.
This is a Barnyard Knits Mystery Fade from last summer. And the inspo photos were ocean.
It.
So we have like a yellowy and then a light blue and a medium blue and a dark, dark blue. Don't know what I want to make with these yet.
So faded?
I don't think I have enough.
No?
I don't know. But these ones are like just hanging out waiting for the right. Like this wasn't a mystery. She posted them and then said she had extras, and I think she wound up having extras twice, and I missed it the first time, and I'm like, no, I got to do it the second time. So I just love this fade.
It's beautiful.
And then, because this leads into
Love Barnyard.
the last thing that I wanted to talk about. Speaking of always bridesmaid, when I crocheted my very first sweater out of Indie yarn, I wanted to use always bridesmaid. However, Rachel was switching studios at the time and wasn't taking orders, so I couldn't get yarn from her. So I contacted a dyer who has since stopped dyeing query fiber. She's also local to Rhode Island. And I'm like, hey, like, I really like this yarn. Do you think you could dye me something, like, not the same, but similar? And so she custom dyed this for me.
It's also creamy.
It's cream with like pinks and purples, and so she named it Felicity, and I think it's a perfect name because Felicity is happiness. And I did crochet the sweater, and I have since frogged the entire sweater because I never wore it. And this leads into what I want to talk about when Kate's done talking about her yarn with our first cowl. And I'll talk about why. So I'll keep those out.
So for my yarn, it's kind of a love the one you're with situation for me. So like I love whatever yarn I'm using at the time. So like right now I'm using Farmer's Daughter. Love it. However, this has been in my stash for a while. This is La Bien Aimée.
You have a whole sweater's quantity of that?
Whole sweater's quantity. I bought this to make the Pink Fizz by Andrew Mowry. And it's the color she used. Damask. Maybe. But anyway,
are they both damask?
Yes.
Oh.
Cash Merino.
Yeah.
It is 75% superwash merino, 15% cashmere, 10% nylon, and the same but mohair silk. 70% mohair, 30% silk. Oh, I'm sorry. High Garden. This is High Garden.
Okay.
This is Damask.
Whatever it is.
Damask. But they're light, like petal baby pink.
So pretty. If you look at Andrew Mowry's Pink Fizz, it's those OG colors.
Yeah. And then I had bought the contrast book last year. And there's a sweater in there that I can't think of the name of off the top of my head, and I'm awful. And didn't write my show notes out.
Awful. It's fine.
But I wanted to make this too. But then I'm just like, is that the right sweater? I don't know. Like, this yarn is so good and it's so nice, and I'll probably never buy it again.
Yeah.
So this is what I brought with me for my love.
So speaking of,
I have other questions, but we could segue.
And then so speaking of that yarn, and speaking of Pink Fizz, so again, my birthday's January, and my birthday is the whole month of January, in case you were wondering. And
what day is it actually?
My birthday is the 24th, so it's actually at the end of the month. I gotta put this back on the needles because it came off, which is fine.
Does that make you a Capricorn?
I am an Aquarius.
Oh, my bad.
So
is Capricorn January at all, or am I just totally?
It ends on the 20th or 21st. I just missed the cutoff. So shit, it came off the needles.
Is that a Pink Fizz?
It is a Pink Fizz. So I ripped apart my crocheted sweater with the yarn that was custom dyed for me, and I started knitting. I've already made a Pink Fizz, but I started making a second one.
Well, maybe now I want one.
And so that brings me to what our cowl is going to be. We are going to do a finish it cowl.
Is this Felicity?
Yes, with Surrey, plain Surrey, and it's like sprinkles on ice cream.
What
and
is sprinkles?
I'm obsessed with this, and yet it's not done. Like, why?
I don't know.
So we're going to do a cowl for my birthday, and it's going to be a finish it cowl.
The whole month of January.
The whole, and maybe even into February. Just, to make sure we can finish things. My goal is to finish this sweater. That's my goal. I want this sweater done so I can actually wear it. Because, again, I love it. And seeing it in person, the camera's just not doing it any justice at all. So we're going to do a finish it cowl. And we'll hammer out more details as we go on. But
should we call it a make-along? So, like, if you're a crocheter,
make along.
Crochet along.
Finish it, make along. And the only rule I have is it can't be like a current whip. It needs to be something that's been sitting and marinating for a little while. So it's like it needs a little bit of love.
3-year-old rose cardigan that
like
has 3/4 done, 3 panels done.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it can't be something that you've recently been working on. It's one of those things that's in a bag in your stash and you're like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Or wow, I can't believe I haven't finished that yet. That's the one.
My mom's sock that just needs a cashmere toe.
That is what we're going to do.
So lazy.
So we're...
So lazy.
It's okay. We're going to do a make-along. And we'll do it, I think, January, February to give everybody... Or, like, even if it's halfway through February, to give everybody, like, 6-8 weeks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
To finish up those projects. And then we will, you know, in our Discord, we'll be doing all our chat over there. We'll have a whole thread for the make-along. And we will get some prizes. Either, you know, from our stash, because we have a lot that we could find new homes for.
And we'll talk about more next time, our stash down.
Our stash down is also, I think we have a better understanding of what we want it to look like, but we need to just hammer that out.
Yeah.
And then our stash down too. So we'll be doing a stash down with everybody. Our Rhinebeck one is like the put in the pool money. But for everybody else, you know, we'll do a stash down, and whoever stashes down the most by the time Rhinebeck comes around, we'll come up with some like Mondo prize. That's what we're gonna do. But we'll have more details about that when we'll hash those out over the next month, and then January 1st we'll start the stash down. So that's what I want to do for my birthday. Please join me.
Love that.
Help me finish my sweater.
I'll have to think of something for April, because it's when my
there
birthday is.
So, you know, January, February, we'll take a break in March, and then April, May.
So my first question comes from Alicia, who's Barry Binds Off on Instagram. And her question was, it was kind of a statement to start and then a question. It says, I'm so scared to start a sweater. What advice do you have? And I was taking a look at her work, and she's done, like, baby sweaters. So I'm assuming she means...
An adult sweater.
An adult sweater, possibly for herself, and, like, how to get it to fit right. And, like, fit, you can't really always ask me, because my stuff doesn't always fit me great. I would suggest a top-down raglan. I feel like... So, like, this is not a raglan. I don't know if this is raglan.
This is
raglan.
a raglan.
I don't know if this is, like, a dolman or whatever, but this was all...
It's a yoke sweater.
A yoke sweater.
So it has more of a drop sleeve to it.
Okay, so drop sleeve. Thank you. So raglan, I like how they fit. I like how they look. I feel like structurally, like this doesn't really have like a designated shoulder area, but
so a great raglan.
This does.
This maybe not the V-neck if you're a little intimidated, but the Cozy Classic, but also by Jessi May, another great raglan pattern with the scoop neck.
I would say the Felix Pullover.
Felix Pullover by Amy Christoffers. It's like fun detail, but simple raglan, and once you split for sleeves, it's just straight garter.
Look for something, if you're looking for a little interest, something with like detail on the raglan or somewhere.
But if you kind of know what you're doing because you've made baby sweaters, you can definitely pick a more interesting raglan detail.
True.
If you don't, pick something with just a basic.
Yeah.
Hohe Locatelli has a basic raglan pullover. She has several, I think. So that would be another good place to look.
Yeah.
But just a basic top-down raglan pullover, for sure.
Definitely. And something that you start, I would even say start with the collar. I was going to call it the upper cuff. The collar. And so, like, you don't have to pick it up later.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, just kidding. I did pick this up.
This one was also picked up because of the V. I think Cozy Classic you don't pick up. Cozy Classic is you do it because I started it and I need to frog it because it's too big.
Okay.
I think the Hohe ones too, you do it.
There's like a Tin Can Knits like simple sweater too, but I can't remember the name.
Flax.
Yes.
Flax.
So like if you have a really cool yarn that you want to use, like let the yarn do the work and you just make your cozy sweater and just knitting around. And I would definitely say if you want it to fit well, knit your swatch the way you'll knit your sweater.
Swatch in the round.
If you're knitting in the round, you want to swatch in the round. And you can, after you block it, you can cut it to measure it flat if you want, or you can just leave it in a tube and use it as a coffee cozy after, or something like that. But definitely measure it first, wash it how you're going to wash your sweater, measure it again, so that you know, okay, if I knit an inch and it's going to grow to an inch, or like say I knit 4 inches and that grew to 5, that you know for every inch you knit, your sweater is going to be a 1/4 inch longer, so you'd have to figure out how many inches you'd actually want to knit so it grows to the length you want. So width that you want, yes. So that would be my advice. And definitely take a look if you're using Ravelry or wherever you purchase your patterns. Look at all the notes that are there. Look at what other people have made. See what they've said. Because there was a sweater recently that I thought I really wanted to make, and somebody was like, as beautiful as my sweater is, I would never make this if I knew this, this, and this. And I'm kind of like, oh, I don't like those things either. So, like, I know I don't love a bottom-up sweater. I will knit it.
Pink Fizz. I love it. I will do it, but I don't love it.
Don't love doing it because you can't try it on as you go. And that's another thing about a top-down. You can
get it to the length you want versus bottom-up. You split for sleeves, and it's like you hope it's long enough, and if it's not...
Yeah. And if you get, like, bottom-up and you get to, like, your bust area and... You'll have to get some, like, possibly, if it's not fitting you, you'll have to get creative with some increases. Yeah. Ooh, I just caught my sweater on my watch.
So,
great. Love that.
Top down Raglan. Hohi Locatelli. Felix Pullover.
Amy Christoffers.
Cozy Classic Raglan.
Yeah.
One of those. Flax. Any of those.
And good luck.
Yes.
Reach out. Let us know how it goes.
Yeah.
We might not have tips and tricks, but we can
cheer you on.
We can cheer you on. We can talk you through it. If you have a local yarn shop near you, there's probably somebody there who can help you if you get stuck in a pattern. Like, what do I do here? Or, I'm not sure if this is quite right. Or, can you help me read my swatch?
Just seeing it, like, it's hard to do those things not in person.
Right. And I learned a lot about swatching, actually, from Lori at Skein. I wasn't meeting gauge, and I thought I needed to go down a needle size. And she's like, no, you need to go up. And I was like, up? And she's like, if you go up, you're going to be making larger stitches. And in my mind, I was like, oh, I have to go down. For some reason, I couldn't get my mind around it. My next question is from my bestie, Charlie, C-Money. We go back to, like, college days. He's in Alabama now, but he watches us, like, at work because he's such a good friend. He supports. And, hi, Charlie. And he just came home for Thanksgiving, so I saw him recently.
That's awesome.
And he was hyping us up at, like, the dinner table. We had, like, a little friends dinner. And he's like, oh, do you guys know, like, Kate does a podcast? And it's like, oh my god, I was getting so embarrassed. But I was like, thanks for, like...
It's nice to have a hype man.
Yeah, he's my hype man. But anyway, his question was favorite colors to use together.
Pink.
Pink and purple.
Pink and pink.
Pink and pink, pink and purple.
Orange and blue.
Oh, okay.
Orange and blue. Orange and blue I very much like together, which is new to me because I always said I hate orange, but I, in fact, don't hate orange. I don't hate all shades of orange, rather. There are some I definitely don't like, and there are some I really do.
That's fair.
So, like, the feeder book I got that I showed in our first episode, I think I showed it last week, too, is orange and blue. I'm going to use that in my pressed flowers cardigan.
That's true.
What other colors do I like to use together?
I like gray and pink.
Gray and pink are always good. Green and blue. My Miserina, which I'm sure I'll wear in a future episode at some point. It's like a really pretty green, speckly variegated, and then it's like a real dark blue tonal for the color work.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to, like, think.
I like blue and pink, too. Blue
Depends
and white.
on the blue and white, yeah. Blue and pink is sometimes hit or miss. It's got to be the right blue and pink for me. Same thing with pink and purple.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be the right ones or I'm not going to like it. I feel like that's a hard one because I don't knit a lot of color work. But my sheep camp pullover, I'm going to do the spin cycle I showed last week, and Sam, because she is a jerk, not really. I posted a story in my I posted a poll in my stories about what color to pair with it, like navy, black, or charcoal. And navy won. And then Sam's like, I have this really, really dark navy that's almost black. She's like, I'm not trying to pressure you. And I'm like, but that's what I
Bring
I
it
want.
to the post office.
That's exactly what I want, is like a really dark navy. So it's on the line between navy and black. That's exactly what I want.
When you have to hold it up to something black to see if it's black.
That's what I want.
You're like, do I wear black shoes or blue shoes?
Black and blue shoes.
Black and blue
is it
shoes.
blue? Is it gold?
Who knows? Oh, I just heard another. I probably shouldn't say it, but I heard one. It was like a scene from Toy Story 4, I think, like Barbie and Ken, and she has Ken tied up, and she's like gonna ruin his clothes, and it's like, what do you hear? Ken scream, "Oh Barbie," or "Oh F." And I was like, oh, interesting. I could hear both, but before I even read what the caption was, I heard "Oh F."
Huh.
But if I was thinking to hear "Oh Barbie,"
then you hear
I hear "Oh Barbie."
Interesting.
But it's kind of like the dress. What color is the dress? Or do you see the sneaker? Like the sneaker, is it pink and whatever?
Stupid sneakers.
Mint.
That.
my husband and I, it's funny because we always see and hear things differently.
I feel like Dylan and I saw the shoes and the dress differently.
Yeah.
And I can't see it the other way.
I can. It's like I can make my eyes see it another way. I don't know.
I don't know.
Or at least I think I can. But yeah, that was, those were my 2 questions.
Okay. I think that's...
Well, we're close to 2 hours.
We're close, but we're not over it this time.
We're going to try to,
we'll try to cut it down.
less.
Although apparently people like our long episodes, so
That's true. And if you don't like it, move along now. Because we're going to do what we want.
So, yeah, I think that's because I have my thing in here.
Any
up
and coming?
Any up and coming? No. I think our next Fiber Foodies event will be December 26th at Craft Burgers and Beer in Pawtucket. I do not know if we're going to do lunch or dinner yet, but my surgery is on December 28th, and I'm doing stuff with my mom and my sister on the 27th, and I don't want to have something like that the night before my surgery. I think that'd be too much. I just want a night to chill.
You probably also can't eat because you'll need to.
Oh, right. I don't even know what time the surgery is going to be. You are correct. So it'll be on the 26th. I do not know if it'll be for lunch or dinner, but once I figure that out, I will let everybody know.
Burger, you say? I'm there.
They're banging burgers. They have a salmon burger that's out of this world.
Okay,
it's so good.
In my mind, I'm on the website already to look at the menu.
It's really, really good.
And if they don't have a gluten-free bun, I'm just gonna bring one.
There you go. I'm sure they do. They're pretty good about that stuff.
That's true.
But yeah, I think that's
hipster places usually feed me. Although it's beer, so I don't know.
They have cider though.
Yes, cider and a burger.
Woohoo!
Cider and a burger. Fries are my favorite thing to get when I have a drink. Fries.
I drank so much this week and I ate no fries, but we ate ramen and hibachi.
That's good.
And chicken and waffles.
It's so good.
It's great. Whenever I'm with my sister, I always drink more than I normally do.
Yeah. No, I don't drink much. But I can drink.
When the time is right, the cards align.
Like margarita flights.
And I'm not in charge of Owen.
Did our last Fiber Foodies. Exactly. Or if you're not the only adult in charge of him at the time.
But, yeah, I think that's it.
So we'll probably record
on the weekend of the 10th. I know that's so probably not until after Christmas then, because next weekend I'm busy, or we could do but that's is that
next
too
weekend?
soon?
I don't know.
It's next weekend.
We'll see.
I feel like I won't have enough done. Yeah, because the following weekend is Breezy's birthday, and then I'm in Florida, and then it's Christmas.
We could always try to do one after school sometime.
We could. So the 14th, maybe?
That would work for me. I'm not going to work that day because Breezy has her checkup at a weird time.
I have dance that night, but if Dylan picks up on from daycare and we don't go until 6:30, then I'll be good.
Okay.
All right, so tentatively we'll be filming our next episode on the 14th.
And that'll be perfect because my deadline will have passed.
Yes.
And I'll either
have it done or you won't.
Make it or break it. Although I did reach out to the designer, Arianna. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to finish. And she's like, oh, don't worry about it. Happy knitting. I was like, no, you need to be tough with me. You need to be tough with me because once I know the deadline is loosey-goosey, then I'm like, let me cast on. Let me go cast on something else with my new needles.
Yeah, for real.
Well, anyway. Thanks for watching episode 3.
Thank you for joining us. Reminder to join us on Discord if you haven't already. It's fun over there. And follow our Instagram page so that, if right before we podcast, we ask for questions or comments, things you'd like us to talk about. And yeah, I think that's it.
And you can find me on Instagram at Kait_knits_RI. And I'm KaitKnitsRI on Ravelry.
You can find me on both as Beaches and Bobbles.
We'll see you next time.
Happy yarn.
Bye.
Bye.